the Shitcase cinema.
Oh shit! Why me?
So this unpolished gem of a movie starts off with some random fishermen at sea, and they've managed to capture something, as fishermen tend to do.
Yes, sir. We have got a catch. Jesus, do we got a catch?
Probably a humanoid from the deep, but what do I know? So the fisherman here is having a bad day by the sounds of it, as he's left his idiot son in charge of things.
Out of gas, Pop.
Out of gas? You mean to tell me you've been out here all day and you didn't even check the gas in the goddamn winch motor?
There's no oil pressure, Deke. I guess the damn pump's finally gone out.
Oh shit! Why me?
Poor bastard, and then his boat starts to break up.
Oh jeez, you hear that? It's gonna break. Hey, forget that over there, Jackie. Just come and give us a hand here.
And then his lame son ends up dying. Cue some awesome acting.
I gotta save him, boy! I gotta get in there! I gotta save him! Nothing you can do.
Talk about having a bad day. Well, that clumsy bastard there just fucking put the final nail in the coffin. Brilliant. And that, my friends, is the start of this epic film. So the hero of the movie, named Jim if you're interested, sees the boat exploding on the horizon.
I don't see anyone in the water.
No, that's because they just got blown to pieces, mate. But anyway, seconds later, he's back at home just chilling out and not caring one bit. Legend. Only a few minutes later, his dog gets killed by something, probably a humanoid from the deep, what do I know. And I guess Jim is sad, but will no doubt be happy in the next scene. His range as an actor is actually quite special and mesmerising because it ranges from mundane to mundane. He is a rare talent. It's kind of like Steven Seagal, except not as fat these days and minus the Aikido skills. Sorry, Sensei. Moving on, the entire town are gathered at a salmon festival. Yeah, a salmon festival, and it looks as shit as you'd imagine it to be. Now this is where we meet a bunch of wooden characters like Dr. Susan Drake.
We're looking for her! Susan!
And just a bunch of random goons who will no doubt die for our amusement. And if you're wondering, yes, they do die for our amusement, but we'll get to that soon. Like this geezer, he's called Slattery, and he doesn't like this fella called Johnny Eagle, and I love these names in this film. And he even kills his dog.
Somebody killed my dog, Slattery.
Well, it's coincidence. Somebody killed 7 of our dogs last night at the dock.
Now this results in an epic fight outside, and after a while, our man Jim gets involved and all hell breaks loose. I love those old school sound effects. They could work for anything. See, it's priceless. So now that we know our hero not only lets exploding boats and dead dogs wash over him like it's nothing, and pull epic face expressions, he can also kick major ass. Could be an Expendables 4 if it ever gets made. This guy is your new Shitcase legend, everybody. Hail Jim Hill! Oh, and the fight gets broken up by the useless sheriff.
Alright, boys, that'll be about enough. Now pick yourselves up and go on home.
He truly is useless and clueless, but I'm not going to focus on the sheriff because although he merits an entire review to himself, much like everybody in this film does, there's so many better scenes to focus on, so let's move on. Seriously, every character is beyond useless in this movie, just like the film itself pretty much. And who actually directed this cinematic piece of gold? Barbara Peters. Whoever she is, and considering how monumentally awesome the film is, she must be... Oh look, Steven Seagal there with one leg. Bit random. Speaking of random, this goon is in a tent on the beach with his girlfriend and spends time wooing her with his dummy. Yeah, seriously, it's not a euphemism. Well, it kind of is because look, he's got a dummy and he's doing dummy puns and things like that because he's just a sad, pathetic loser. Anyway, he dies and the woman gets attacked or raped by the humanoid from the deep, but unfortunately I can't show this to you boys and girls because of boobies, and you don't want to see boobies on display. Nah. Anyway, to make up for that, here's my top 5 random bullshit moments. Number 1, the very first line in the movie. The guy likes tuna fish, but it's a baffling one-sided conversation.
Given the fact that the salmon all but disappeared, hell, I'd be happy with a good tuna fish. Salmon. Huh? Huh?
Number 2, the useless kid's death at the start is in reverse for no reason that I can understand other than to make you laugh because it's just so random. Number 3, nobody likes Jim and he looks puzzled. Not his kid.
And it wasn't Johnny Eagle. What's the matter? What is it? What's the matter with him?
Nor his dog. Harsh. But as the film goes on, you won't really like him either. Number 4, this old guy's reaction to pulling on a fish is amazing.
Reel it in slow and steady.
I'm trying. It's a monster. Will you just get me a drink? Yes, sir.
Just priceless. Number 5, when this bimbo's boyfriend is dragged away, she turns the other way. Well, she is blonde after all. Oh, and he's dead if you were curious. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, the humanoids. You want to see what they look like, right? Well, you can wait, because it's definitely worth it. Now let's see what Johnny Eagle is up to. Now he invites 2 people called Tommy and Peggy to his house for dinner because he apparently has too many fish to eat. But earlier in the day, he complains that he never catches enough fish.
Going out today? Jim, there ain't enough fish out there for me to pay for my gas.
You goon! Plus, how far away is his house? Daytime, nighttime. Anyway, friendly neighbour Slattery and his boys turn up ready for a party with a bottle of vodka.
Shit, I don't like this.
Shut up, Susan.
Whoa, 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 you what? Susan?
Shut up, Susan.
Whatever anyway, who cares? It's party time, let's carry on.
Tommy, get down!
And Johnny Eagle's house blows up. What a waste of vodka, man. Anyway, are you ready for this? There you go. Humanoid from the Deep action. It's good, yeah? What, you're not impressed? Well, what about our man Eagle shooting one? Yeah? Or even better, the woman driving along to get help.
I get help.
What's he been doing up there all this time? Well, she runs it over, it somehow returns on the back of the truck and tries the same trick, but this time it ends in her death via explosion. It's a shame they could waste so much money on nice explosions but not on the general quality of anything else, like acting lessons for the entire cast. Oh, he's alive, look, and his brother, aka our main man Jim, wants to get to the bottom of things when the useless sheriff tells him what happened.
What the hell's going on? What happened to my brother?
Well, you're not going to believe this either. They're telling us some kind of sea monster.
So Jim the Geezer forms a group to find the humanoids from the deep, which consists of only Johnny Eagle, although Susan wants to join him. This one, not that one, okay? It's confusing, I know.
I'm going with you, Jim.
I don't need anybody else.
Oh, get off your antique manners, Hill. I'm a professional scientist. Let's go.
She's super smart too.
They've definitely been here, all right.
Gee, I'm glad you're a scientist because the human ribcage wouldn't have told me that at all. Good girl. So they hunt for the beasts by going fishing. Yeah, fishing. Give me a break. Oh, look, they've caught something. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Ah, damn it. Salmon.
Fucking useless. I like how the fish was clearly stuck on the end of there just as he pulled it up. Time for some scientific help.
The coastline, Jim.
What about it?
There seem to be caves out there.
He's so lucky to have her on board to point out the obvious. This leads to an intense battle and our gang barely make it out alive, and speaking of alive, they find a woman among the seaweeds. Who is she? Right, well, remember this?
Oh my God, it's Peggy.
Yeah, it's her. She survived a crash and an explosion, which is where all the budget went to, as we well know. And somehow she ended up covered in seaweed on an island. I don't get it. I do not get it. So if you know how that happened, please send me the answer on a postcard or just write in an email or just write a comment below in the video because I would love to know. Unbelievable. What I do get is that Susan is not only a doctor, but when people doubt her, like this epic Tash man, she shoots them down in flames.
Your theory could be totally incorrect.
What the hell are you talking about? You stupid ass! Look at it!
Go on, lad, there's no shame in running. Now, there's a lot of mumbo-jumbo here, but basically, in a nutshell, the humanoids from the deep come from some growth hormone that was accidentally put into the sea, and it turned some big fish that fed on salmon into monsters. Or something, I don't really care. And you shouldn't really either. Their goal? To mate with human women to further progress their evolution. I kid you not. And guess what? Even Dr. Susan will back me up on this.
My theory that these creatures are driven to mate with man now.
Well, she said man, but I hope you know what she means. Now, there's another festival taking place with the same awesome old fossil band on, and when everyone is together at the end of a movie like this, you know that shit is going to hit the fan, so here come the humanoids from the deep. So women get stalked and men get killed, and seeing people get killed by giant fish-type people shouldn't be a laughing matter, but Barbara Peters did a very good job here. Oh dear me, ouch. Oh, there's also a radio presenter constantly updating the masses who happen to have remained at home and are listening to the radio, which I think is just Jim's wife randomly.
Wait a minute.
that there seems to be some sort of disturbance going on. I'm not sure, an accident or something. Oh my God.
Sadly, she has no idea what happens when the presenter is killed. It's quite a shame that somebody just couldn't pick up the microphone and continue relaying what's going on. I think there's only like 2 monsters on screen at the same time. I mean, there's meant to be dozens, but yeah, budget restraints and all that. Look at the carnage going on. Fucking fish. Whoever thought they could cause such bloodshed? You ever seen the Piranha movies? Poor bastards. Moving on, Slattery becomes a hero when he runs to the aid of a kid who seems incapable of climbing or even acting.
Come on. Help! Amy! Come on, reach up and give me a hand.
In fairness, it must be really tough because this stupid bint can't even climb it either.
Send them to hell!
Yeah, go on lass, send them to hell. Whoa, hang on, she's shot there, so why is the fight... Ah, just go along with it. Low budget restraints. I love this moment. Watch the humanoid at the bottom. Silly bastard. The hood fell on his head, the funniest moment in this movie. Oh shit, I forgot about Slattery, back with that geezer. Now, he reminds me a bit of Quint from Jaws, but whatever. So he almost dies, and it's really intense. Oh yeah. But Mr. Johnny Eagle saves him, and I'm sure that a lovely friendship blossoms from that. So everybody gangs up on the monsters, and it ends up with this mentalness. For a low-budget film, it's got a few redeeming factors, like some of the bloody deaths are neat, and the monsters kind of look like a crossover between the vomit creature from Poltergeist 2 and some lame B-movies from the 50s. Is that good? I don't really know. It's bullshit at the end of the day. It's bad, it's crap, it's poorly made, but at the end of the day, you know, yes it is bad, yes it is crap, and yes it is poorly made, but you do get a laugh out of it at times, and it is what it is. So I'm going to give Humanoids From The Deep a pathetic, but somewhat entertaining, 3 out of 10. And Dr. Susan will back me up on that, okay? So, there you go.
What the hell are you talking about?